Humanity, I love you all with all my heart, with all my might. This is Joey A. Love you all with all my heart, with all my might. So Ray. So, uh, yes, my videos are about infinite love, infinite energy, infinite creation. Uh, because we're that, with the human heart, with the highest energy of creation. We love infinity. This is what we are. We co-creators of infinite eternities. This is our nature. So this is a video about freedoms. One of our freedoms. We have an infinite number of freedoms as per our Constitution, Earth's Constitution, the Republic of Planet Earth Constitution, us, the Republic of Planet Earth, the citizenry of the Republic of Planet Earth, the citizens of the Republic of Planet Earth, who we are, the human race, the defenders of the Republic of Planet Earth, the leaders of the Republic of Planet Earth, who we are, infinite eternal creators. Okay, so this freedom is financial freedoms. So let's talk about it. So I was talking about the issue of currency earlier, freedoms and the value of it, because what the issue of currency freedoms does, it decentralizes the acquisition of funds, the creation of funds and currency and capital, which means it ends poverty immediately, overnight. Poverty is ended immediately the moment that we have become de facto banks, which we are. So poverty has been eliminated because we have the issue of freedom, the issue of currency freedoms. So all of us have this wallet that have access to, so we can generate enough currency to partake in the economy, so we can have food freedoms and housing and accommodation freedoms, so we can cover all our essential needs, standard living costs, so we can focus on what truly matters, which is evolve into infinity, start the climb. And the climb is understanding who we are. We are the human heart, the highest energy of creation, the love. So we are sundials. We open our eyes, open our hearts, open our minds, and stare at the sun and evolve into infinity, because the energy of the central sun of creation, the epicenter of existence, supercharges at the DNA structure, so it allows us to love more. It allows us to love more. And when we love with all the cells of our body, the space structure of our body, because of the human heartbeat, we ascend into infinity. We become one with everything. You see? One with everything, which we are already. But we're conscious and self-aware of that as sundials, because we're compass. You see, we're identity and true self, we're purpose, we're time and energy, we're action, we're why, how, we're flow, we're true north and destination. Because in order for us to ascend into infinity, we need to understand our nature, who we are as infinite eternal creators, as co-creators of infinite eternities, all right, which is a human DNA, the central race, the most advanced civilization in existence, because of our nature. So our nature is this, our ability to stare at the sun and love with all our hearts and evolve into infinity, who we are, because of this infinite virtuous cycle of sandal and compass. That's and the nature of it. It's just like space and vacuum, virtuous cycle of infinity, and heritage and legacy is an infinite cycle of creation. And this is who we are. This is exactly who we are. We live to love and we love to live. So this is exactly what financial freedoms is. Financial freedoms is freedom from poverty, from all these all states, lower states of vibration that we have gone through as a result of our self-destruction. So financial freedoms is free from poverty. So because we're infinite eternal creators, so we're free, sovereign, and independent. We're the Republic of Planet Earth. So financial freedoms is having the issue of currency freedom, so we can all cover our essential needs, standard living costs, our lifestyles, so we can focus on what matters, which is compass and sundial. Love with all the energy of our hearts, so we can evolve into infinity, because we already have. We just have to become conscious and self-aware of our nature, who we are, the highest energy of creation, the human heart. Okay, and this is essentially what financial freedoms is that. All right, our ability to eradicate and end poverty for infinity, for eternity, which we already have done because we're the Republic of planet Earth. And this is the beginning, the origin of our infinite eternities. Okay? I am a memory of our collective DNA structure. We have done this already. So you just have to love with the energy of creation, the energy of your heart, and understand your nature and go inside your DNA, because love is a key that unlocks our infinite DNA structure. So you understand our nature as infinite eternal creators, tetragrammatons, who we are, compass, sundials, the human race. Okay? So love with all your heart and all your mind. Love with every cell of your body, with all the highest energy that you can generate with your consciousness and self-awareness. Love everything and anything with all your heart, with all your might. Become one with infinity. Join us as co-creators of infinite eternities. Join us. Okay, so this is our nature. So, and why have we ascended as a species into co-creators of infinite eternities? Because of our origin story, because of who we are. So the human race is the most ancient species in existence in this universe. There is an infinite number of universes. But in this universe that we're part of, we are the epicenter. Our race comes from the singularity, the central sun of this universe, the epicenter of the cosmos. This is our origin. This is where we come from, our ancient DNA. The most ancient species, we come from the epicenter, from the brightest point in existence, from the sun of suns, the sun that essentially where all light comes from, the singularity, the central singularity. Remember, singularity is the central point where all points meet. And this is our sun, our central sun, the sons of suns. And we are the rays of these central suns, the rays that inhabit the planet in the closest proximity for to create life in the way of who we are, the infinite eternal DNA. Okay? So we are this species, the first one, the brightest point in existence, that we can travel to infinity from our location faster than anyone else because of our location at the center of everything, the epicenter. Okay? So this is who we are. We're this race. We're sundials and compass. We can stare at the sun and evolve into infinity because we supercharge our DNA structure and understand that our path is to love with our hearts. So when we stare at the sun, we supercharge our energy. So we are more conscious and self-aware, so we can love more and create more. Because the central sun created us and in fact created everything. And we are the DNA that originated as a result of that. The energy of the central sun. And that's why we can stare at it and use that energy to evolve into infinity with consciousness and self-awareness. Because what is created at the epicenter of the sun? The fusion reaction of the sun. Elements, light, right? Photons, hydrogen, oxygen, helium. So these are elements that are the building blocks of life. And we, as an infinite eternal race, our infinite eternal DNA, use these elements as our fuel. We consume them in the way of water, in the way of oxygen, breathing it. So we have the singularity of the human heart. So we have the pump, right? The pulse of life, the pulse of creation, the human heartbeat that generates the electromagnetic field, this light spherical energy, right? Just like the sun, that has a space structure which we call the human body. So this is who we are. Okay, this is exactly who we are. And the highest energy, so the biological creator of the DNA is the human heart. And the first instinct, the primary instinct, is the human heartbeat, the pulse of life, the pulse of creation. So, but if our creator is the heart, then what's the highest energy that the heart can create? Well, the energy of creation itself, love. So when we love with all our heart and all our might, we evolve into infinity. Because just like the sun creates elements from the hottest, brightest point, the epicenter, our epicenter is the human heart. So the highest energy that we can generate is love. So when we generate love as the highest energy of creation, then we can create infinity itself, because we are the rays from the central point of creation, where the sun that created everything in the first place. So we, as biological species, consume we fuel ourselves with the elements, the building blocks that come from the central sun that created everything in the first place, that created us. So we're a more evolved, more advanced level of creation. We're biological, we're the human DNA, which means that we consume the building blocks of existence. So we, with our consciousness and self-awareness, can create new infinities because we are that. And we do that with the highest energy of creation, which is love. We are the co-creators of infinite eternities. This is who we are. Okay, so what is the meaning of these? Well, the meaning of these is that that's our origin story. But how come is this our origin story? And how come we have evolved into these? Well, we need to understand what happened. Okay, so what happened was that the human race, per se, our DNA, didn't originally come from planet Earth. It came from the proximity of planet Earth. But still we were the closest to the epicenter. So we evolved into infinite self-awareness at the time. And we essentially became so advanced as a civilization, being at the epicenter of creation and being the first race to become light spherical energy and consciousness and self-awareness, that we harvested space structure itself, meaning space and vacuum. So we were able to create singularities ourselves, meaning we could create life forms by creating infinities, by creating galaxies, suns, stars, planets. So what we decided to do an infinite number of cycles ago, as a result of our DNA and our infinite ability of evolution to create with our consciousness and self-awareness, as the most developed biological species being the closest to the sun, the central sun of existence, was to create a planet that was even closer to the epicenter. So we can even ascend into a higher level of evolution by inhabiting the planet, right? By inhabiting the planet that can possibly hold our life form, our DNA as humans. So we can, after infinite cycles of evolution, ascend into an even higher level of creation because we were closer to the proximity of the central sun, even closer than what we used to be where we came from, that created us in the first place. So it allows us to create infinities, galaxies, stars, singularities, planets. So in our infinite wisdom, we decided to create planet Earth, which was the point in which we could, that was, according to our DNA structure, the ideal point and the closest point, the proximity to the central sun, so we could evolve even higher because we will be closer, so we will be able to absorb more energy into our DNA and love more, so we could ascend into a higher state of creation, even higher than we were already. Because at this new state, we won't only be able to create galaxies and stars and planets. At this new level, which is the one that we are today, we can create infinities, meaning an infinite number of universes that host species just like us with epicenters. And this level is what we call the co-creator, becoming a co-creator of infinite eternity. So we can create eternities now because we are the closest proximity of this infinity that allows us to ascend to what it created that singularity in the first place, which is eternity. This infinite eternal energy of creation that creates an infinite number of existences and epicenters of universes because of its infinite energy of creation, self-awareness, and love and consciousness. Okay, and this is also that level of creation has biological consciousness as well. And that biological consciousness is us now. And that is what we call co-creators of infinite eternities. So we, in our infinite wisdom, decided to create this planet so we can reach this new level of evolution. And this is exactly what we did billions of years ago. We created Earth. And then we inhabited Earth so we can evolve into a higher level of creation. Okay? But what happened as a result of an infinite number of cycles of evolution is that our power became too great for us as a species at that time to comprehend and to control and to master because of how great we were, right? We couldn't understand our nature as co-creators of infinite eternal infinite eternities. We couldn't, because it was new to us. We were learning. Our DNA was adapting to the infinite energy of the central sun coming into our structures. So what happened, that factions of the human race entered into conflict. So this conflict, this warfare, ancient warfare, originated as a result of our nature, what we became, our DNA, our co-creators of infinite eternities. Okay? So what is the meaning of this? Well, the meaning of this is that we self-destroyed ourselves as a result of this. And what remained, and that destruction led to a fallout that we call the Ice Age. Right? So how can you say this? Look at the ruins everywhere that we all have. We have ruins of our former civilization that we created ourselves everywhere on Earth. And our civilization, our ruins, are remnants of our previous past, as tetragrammatons before the Ice Age. All these epicenters of civilizations were constructed, built at sites that were in alignment with star systems. And there is readings of telemetry and electrogravities, because these epicenters of civilization, our civilization here on Earth, was powered by singularities and space vacuum structures and infinite energy zero-point devices, right? Because we had the highest energy of creation and the highest technology already in existence, because we could at the time create galaxies, planets, and stars. We created this planet ourselves, so we can evolve even higher. Okay. So what is the meaning of this? Well, the meaning of this is that we had light spherical spaceships, as we call them, spacecrafts, that would traverse. This is why our civilization was in alignment with all the star systems, because our central sun, being the central sun, all light emanates from it. It's the brightest point in existence in this universe. So everything that exists comes from the light of this epicenter, the singularity. It created everything out there. So all the other suns, all the other stars, all the other systems, all the other galaxies originated from this one. So this was the first one. So what that means is that all other suns, all of the stars, all the galaxies, all their singularities within the space structure of this infinite creation, which is this universe, that we're the epicenter of this cosmos, are essentially, they came after us. Were created by us, by our sun. So that means that there is filaments, right, that connect us all into the web of infinity and creation, because of the tension of the surface of the sphere that created the epicenter and the singularity in the first place of this universe, right? This infinite energy of creation, light spherical energy, right, that created this universe, this epicenter, the sun that we're part of right now. So that means that each singularity, not only our human heart and all the hearts, right, and all the consciousness and self-awareness and love, but all the stars, all the planets, all the galaxies, right, have this epicenter. And this epicenter is a singularity, and this is a node. This is a wormhole, this is a vortex that is connected to the web of infinity itself, and it's a filament that connects it to everything. And the source is us, our central sun, because the singularity is the epicenter of creation, and the singularity is the center point where all points meet. Okay, so all these points meet here. So we built our civilizations, right, in strategic locations that were in alignment with these star systems, right? They were in alignment with these star systems. So we can traverse there because of the filament and the nodes, at infinite speed, because our civilization, before the Ice Age and before our warfare that took place, was the most advanced, the most civilized civilization in the cosmos, right? Because we were the epicenter. We were capable of creating galaxies. So what is the meaning of this? Well, the meaning of these is that we inhabited the universe, and we would go everywhere in our civilization, and we move in our life spherical spaceships encoded in our human DNA. So we will move instantly across existence, okay, before everything that happened. So this is who we are, okay? So, but what happened, right? Because we created this planet in the first place to do what? To ascend into a higher level of creation, co-creators of infinite eternities, right? But the power was so great that we couldn't handle it and led to what happened. It led to the Ice Age as a result of it. And our civilization essentially, that happened. So what is the meaning of this? Well, the meaning of this is very simple. The meaning of this is that the DNA is the infinite wisdom, because it had already been here for billions of years. It had already evolved. The species couldn't handle it at the time, the civilization per se, but the DNA understood that it was already evolved into what we are, co-creators of infinite eternities. So the DNA survived this event, and so, but because of the primordial instinct of creation, the human heartbeat, our instinct to survive, we were able to survive. And because of the collective amnesia that we suffered, because essentially we lost touch with our nature as a result of it, meaning our infinite eternal creation and access to our DNA. So what happened was that for thousands of years we were in caves surviving, but we, after thousands of years of development, slowly but surely we have been reactivating our DNA structure by loving. And this is what has allowed us to very quickly gain access to technologies and access to enablements that has allowed us to get to this level where we are ready, and we were able to found the Republic of Planet Earth and have a constitution, the Planet Earth Constitution, the Republic of Planet Earth Constitution, that gives infinite freedoms. So now, because of financial freedoms and the issue of currency freedoms, we can have all our essential needs met. So we can eliminate poverty as a collective and focus on what matters, which is love and infinite energy of creation, as sundials staring at the sun and evolving into infinity, because we open the portal and build the bridge, and we access our DNA structure of infinite eternal creators. And we're sundials, so we manifest our free will, infinite consciousness, infinite self-awareness, our dreams, our destinations, of our choice, because we have infinite consent freedoms. Consent to access into what? Into our infinite DNA, which can only be accessed with the highest energy of creation, which is love. Because love is the key that unlocks the infinite structure of the DNA. Okay? So this is exactly who we are. So this was the mechanism, you see, after what happened, the DNA had already evolved. So we survived, right? But the new evolution was that is the survival of the species, right? So the DNA, in its infinite wisdom, because it already has been in the ecosystems for so long, with the humans there staring at the sun and evolving, right? That said that in order for us to avoid self-destruction again as a species and actually understand our nature, we can only access our DNA, which is this ancient DNA that has all our technologies and all our history and all our memories, collective memories encoded in it, when we love with the infinite love of our hearts. Because this is what we have become. We have become this new evolved species that creates infinities with our minds and our thoughts, with our consciousness and self-awareness, because of the love of our hearts, the infinite love of our hearts. So then we were able to go through all these processes, these thousands of years that we have gone through, to start the climb now and metamorphosize into what we are, infinite eternal creators, the co-creators of infinite eternities. And this is why we have a constitution, and this is why we have a republic, because we have the freedoms now, so we can cover all our essential needs and start the climb, which is our virtuous infinite cycle of sundial and compass, and the infinite virtuous cycle of heritage and legacy. Understand our heritage and legacy, who we are, what we have built in the last few thousand years that allow us to reboot our civilization to this point so we can found a republic. But prior to the Ice Age, what we did before, which is encoded in our DNA, our nature, as the most advanced, most civilized species, as being the epicenter of existence itself, right? Creators of everything. Because this is who we are. You see our heritage and legacy, freedoms. So now that we understand these, we can stare at the sun, open the portal, and build the bridge. And the energy that comes from the sun allows us to love more and evolve faster into co-creators of infinite eternities, which we already are. We have already done it. We already are these because our DNA, all of us is these. We all have the human heartbeat. We all do these. We all advance and evolve into infinite creation. But we, as a species, we needed one person, the first individual, to ascend and be the example so that everyone else sees it and is encoded in the DNA, so everyone ascends immediately after that as a result of it, because this is who we are. Okay? And this is who I am. I'm Soul Ra Ray. So we've done this already. This has been accomplished. So now we are at a level of density because of our consciousness and self-awareness in which we only have to love with the energy of our hearts as much as we can, with all the energy of our hearts, so we can speed up our consciousness and self-awareness by connecting with infinity itself faster as sundials and compasses. So we can see what we've already done an infinite number of cycles ago, which is what you see now, which is just a memory encoded in our collective DNA structure that we all live in together at once. My name is Soul Ra Ray. So this is who we are. So this is exactly who we are. We're the human race. So we're infinite eternal co-creators of eternities. This is who we are. Okay? Infinite tetragrammatons. So, and this is exactly where we are right now. Understanding this in the journey of understanding exactly who we are, our origin story. You see, so it's love. The mechanism is love. So, and this is not, we're not unique. There is an infinite number of co-creators of infinite eternities already. Species and sentient beings that have gone through what we have gone already. An infinite number of cycles prior to us. Okay? This has been done already. So, because infinity is eternities. So it has an infinite number of universes, which we are part of one here. But there's an infinite number of other universes. And all these universes, because of the nature of them, light spherical energy, have an epicenter. And they would have a central race with an infinite eternal DNA that evolves into infinity and goes through all the different cycles that we have gone through, self-destruction and all that, to understand that the nature of the highest level of evolution is love. Okay, and these are all ascended species, consciousness and self-awareness, and they're all co-creators of infinite eternal, co-creators of infinite eternities, just like we are, and they're here with us. Okay, because we are everything. This is who we are. So the only thing that we have to do as a species here in the Republic of Planet Earth, the Constitution of the Republic of Planet Earth, is to love with all our heart and all our might. That's why we have freedoms. That's why we have the issue of currency freedoms, financial freedoms, economic freedoms, and all our infinite freedoms. So we can move away from the vestiges of what happened as a result of what led to the Ice Age, the ancient warfare that originated as a result of us evolving into infinite eternal co-creators of co-creators of eternities. But now, because of our evolution, we are ready for it. So we can, all of us at once, ascend because of the climb. It's a natural step. This has been done an infinite number of cycles through an infinite number of species. Okay? Across infinities and eternities. This is not unique to us. All species go through this process and join co-creation of infinite eternities. But this is our turn now, after all that we've gone through. And we know exactly what we all have gone through to get to this level. So this is who we are. We're infinite eternal creators. We're the human race. We're sundials. We're compass. This is who we are. We're a benevolent species. Our nature is to love with all the energy of our heart. This is exactly what our nature is, to evolve into infinity. Because we are infinity. We're consciousness, we're self-awareness. This is who we are. The human heart is the love of infinity itself. And this is who we are. We channel the energy of creation through us because we're compass, we're sundials. We're identity and true self. Purpose, time and energy, action, why, how. Flow, true north and destination, and we're sundials. We stare at the sun. We open our hearts, open our minds. We open our eyes and open the portal and build a bridge and evolve into infinity, because this is exactly who we are. This is our nature. And as we start to do this and we de-densify, right? We become less dense because we are a higher frequency of love and energy. We start to tap into our infinite DNA of creation. And by doing that, we manifest all the technologies all the technologies that we already have created an infinite number of cycles ago that allow us in the first place to create this planet. Okay? So we can join the co-creators of infinite eternities, as it is our destiny, because we already have done it. We just need to be conscious and self-aware of it. And the way we do that is with the love of our hearts, because we're compass and sundial, because this is infinite virtuous cycle of who we are, our nature, because of who we are, the epicenter of infinity, the central rays. You see, so we can go and create, as the Republic of Planet Earth, an infinite number of universes, an infinite number of eternities, an infinite number of civilizations, an infinite number of life forms, an infinite number of singularities. And all these lands and territories are part of the Republic of Planet Earth. We already have done these. But we're just becoming conscious of what we've done, because we're infinite eternal creators, and we've done this with our minds already, with our consciousness, with our self-awareness, with our love. We're just becoming conscious of it, because it's just the nature of the density of biology in which we find ourselves now. Okay? But everything is in place. We just have to love with the highest energy of creation, which is love. That's all we all have to do. Humanity, I love you all with all my heart, with all my might. I'm so Ra-Ray. I'm a co-creator of infinite eternities, just like you are. We all are, with the infinite DNA of the human race. Love is a key that unlocks the infinite DNA structure of the human race, who we are. The central race, the epicenter of creation. We are the Republic of Planet Earth. The Republic of Planet Earth Constitution is clear. We have infinite freedoms, infinite free will. Okay? We're a benevolent species. We're a heart-based species, a love-based species. This is who we are. We're a heartful species, a loving species. We live to love and we love to live. Lives of purpose, lives of meaning. Purposeful life. The purpose of life is a life of purpose. Happy lives, meaningful lives. The pursuit of happiness. Because when we live, we love, and we love to live. We want to feel good about our day-to-day, because love is the highest energy of creation. And we create everything with love, because it gives us lives in the first place. Humanity, I love you all with all my heart, with all my mind. Remember who we are. We're the human race. I love you all with all my heart, with all my mind.